Hey, what's going on, JB? It is me, the BK, and welcome back to another episode in the Boss's Playground. Oh, yes, we are on the Boss's Playground. And the topic of tonight is the importance of family dynamics. Do you get along with your grandbaby's mama or daddy? Let's get into it. So, we know that as our kids get older, and they meet women, friends, foe, friends, home and love friend, booty, night, all the things. But how is the dynamic between the baby mama, baby? The kids, the have during their travel. There was a first impression, and everybody knew that you meet. There's a first impression. Now, when it comes to our kids, we seem to have, particularly, I'm breaking up a little. Okay, is that better? We have, let me get my other device real quick so I can keep up. We tend to have high standards for what we expect for our children. We always want the best for them, right? We want our kids to have nothing but the best. And she said, no. Okay, let me get into my. Okay, let me see. Can I hear myself? I'm not coming through. Okay, I can't hear myself. Hang on, let me try it again. Mic check, mic check. Let me go out and come back in. Okay, what about now? Can you hear me a little bit better now? That's better. I'm not able to hear myself. Okay, that's better. I wonder why I can't hear myself. Airplay. Okay. So we'll continue on. You're clear now? Okay, cool. We'll carry on. So we always want the best. Hey Muffy, hey baby, thank you for coming through. We always want the best for our kids. And sometimes our kids make bad decisions in baby mama, baby daddy instances. Most of the time, our kids, like some of us when we were younger, we did not plan on having a baby and starting a family. So it doesn't always go the way that you think it should go. So the question is, do you get along with your kids' baby daddy or their baby mama? And if not, some of the reasons could be because how they presented themselves to you when you first met them. If you met them fresh face, natural hair, dressed casual, it may not be so bad. But then their attitude and their character is everything. If you met them with a full face of makeup, a weave, and a hoochie coochie outfit on, what's the story? You know what I'm saying? Why did they present themselves to you in that manner? Why didn't they come a little bit more looking for appropriate in meeting the parents? See, that's something you should never do, is present someone to your family and they're not presentable. You know what I mean? What's going on, Ben Stinker? Hey, boo. Thank you for coming. Y'all please hit the thumbs up for me. So here's the thing. When grandbabies or when kids become involved and you find out you have grandbabies and you know you're trying to get to hold on, my Bluetooth is not kicked in good. So at least I can hear myself on there. You treat people accordingly, right? But here's the thing. If you got a baby mama or a baby daddy that is not a daddy that's not getting along well with the grandparents, then you have a problem. Whether you acknowledge it or not, you have a problem. And I'm going to tell you why. Because grandparents, number one, spoil their grandkids in a major way. And that's what we're supposed to do as grandparents. Grandparents also help you to rear that child in the right way, teaching them right and wrong, teaching them manners, and teaching them how to be respectful of authority, which in a child's case would be grown-ups, adults. If an adult asks you to do something, you do it. You yes, ma'am, you no, ma'am. You use the appropriate responses, and you do the right thing. However, if you got a baby daddy that's not feeling the vibe, or you got a baby mama that's not feeling that vibe, the problem on your hand is you now have a choice to make. Are you respecting my parents' wishes, or are you disrespectful because this is your child? Right? And there are some cases when your child will choose that man or that woman over you and will choose their wishes because they're building or planning to build a future together. And so they have to be able to work together, agree and disagree despite what the grandparents do. Now, a lot of people would say, well, you're a grandparent, you raised your kid, you need to let them raise theirs. Yeah, but if they don't do the right thing, you find out later that you'll end up getting stuck with the child, and you may end up getting stuck with something that you're not prepared or mentally or physically capable of raising. Like if you don't do the right thing by your child and they get injured, they're no longer self-sufficient on their own. They have to be waited on hand and foot. They have to be carried around, toted around, wheeled around, pushed around, whatever the case may be. I can't accept that responsibility. Number one, I'm too old. I'm not no spring chicken. So I would not be able to be as active in a child's life that is not self-sufficient as I can in a child that can run around, that can talk, can speak, can respond, can read, can write, can follow instructions. I could be very active in their life because they're not dependent upon me. They're only dependent upon me to guide them and to provide food and a place to stay. But all of that others is a problem. So when you say get hurt, it takes a village. I'm old school. It does take a village to raise a kid. But if your child's baby mama, baby daddy is not wanting to be a part of that village, say for instance, because of a racial boundary, how do you think that kid favors when they get older? You will find that if a child doesn't learn the family dynamics early on, as they get older, they will not understand the family dynamic. And our family, we from the South. So we did a lot of visiting with family, spending time with family on the weekends, going to birthday parties, weddings, baby showers, bar mitzvahs, all of the things, family reunions. If you notice, a lot of people don't do that anymore. You don't find a lot of people having family reunions these days unless it's an OG behind the scene organizing everything. And it's really to make sure that your child ain't sleeping with his nephew, or sleeping with his cousin, or in some type of ancestral relationship because they don't know who their family members are. If your husband, boyfriend, baby daddy, fiance run around here popping babies out on every other corner, your kids, if they don't have access to them and know that that's their family members, they would not know to keep their legs closed when they meet them. But then you do have some family members that are so into their other family member that they don't care that they're family, and they go ahead and have sexual and sensual relationships, not knowing incest could bring you a child here with 3 legs, 14 toes, 7 fingers, and 3 eyes. And then you don't want to have nothing to do with him. You don't want that child because he don't look right. Something wrong with him. He's mentally challenged and all of the things that it's going to take for you to raise that child. We have to work together or else we're working apart. Absolutely, Muffy. But once your child has chosen to be with someone that doesn't respect you or your wishes, what is it that you do? What do you do? For me, right or wrong, this is my opinion, I would have to take a step back, because if my own flesh and blood, right, is not in agreement with what I think the child should do, potty training, school work, being obedient, you know, adhering to you when you call them or you talk to them and you tell them to do something, talking back and all that. If I can't discipline my grandchild, then y'all might better leave and go back to the house, because I'll whoop his little ass. Okay, I whooped your ass when you whoop his ass too. If he in my presence and he doing something he ain't got no business. If you don't want your child to get no spanking or get no whooping, something that you got as a child, then don't come, because our kids get ass whoopings over here. I'm just saying. Now, whooping the kid, most people say, I never hit my kid. I ain't never had to. Well, God bless you. Good. Is your kid alive today? Is he in jail today? Did he finish junior high school? Did he finish high school? Does he have a job? How many kids does he have? Does he have a disease? Has he been to jail? See all of the things that can happen when you don't rear them up the right way? So as young people, we need to be more in tune with our parents, because if you was raised and nothing go wrong with you, then you got to know that they're carrying you or pushing you towards the right way. I had a conversation with somebody today, for instance, and it was a legitimate conversation, and I was expressing how their actions made me feel, it bothered me. And that conversation led to them telling me that I was paranoid, that I was a paranoid person. Now, they dismissed my feelings, totally disregarded, didn't have any disregard for my feelings, did not take accountability or acknowledge anything that they did. They did not explain what they did or why they did. They did not justify what they did or why they did. They acted as though they did nothing wrong and that all of the blame and all of the fault lied with me, right? So when you come across a person like that, standoffish. Why? Because if you have no regard for my feelings, then I have no place for you inside my circle. My feelings are dead to you. I expect nothing from you going forward. I expect nothing and want nothing, and particularly prefer not to even be around you. Because the one thing that an adult commands and demands, and that's respect. If you can't respect me, tear your ass on. Because I expect and demand the same respect that I give to you. If you can't respect that, then it's no place for you here. Gaslighting, invalidating, yes. So if your parents say, you know what, you need, how's the potty training going? Is the potty training going okay? And you say, yeah, but grandma really don't feel it's going as well, then they may say, well, you know what, stop buying Pampers and buy them some drawers. Because for little girls, one thing they hate more than anything is being wet. And that will help escalate the potty training. Now, with a little boy, usually the way I came up, it's the man's job to help potty train the little boy and get him acclimated to going to the bathroom and holding his little wee and how to aim it and how to shake it and do all of the things. Yes, a woman can show him, but he learns masculine energy from a masculine individual. Now, yes, there's single women out here and single women that had to do the job of the man and the woman. But the one thing that you always or usually can always count on is having your grandmother or your grandfather or your auntie or your uncle there to help guide you, to help you. See, with women, we have kids, and sometimes it can become overwhelming. And you want to have somebody to support you and fall back on. And if you ain't got that, then you're stuck with having to go through all of the heartache on your own. Most people that don't have that as kids who did not respect authority in the first place ran off when they were smelling themselves, thought they could make it on their own, and they messed around and had a kid and ended up leaving and losing the family and the people that loved them most and could have helped them most. Now, one of the reasons that I would feel some kind of way about one of my child's both baby mama, baby daddy, is I would look at how they presented themselves to me. Then I want to know, did you finish high school? Are you in college? Do you have a job? How many jobs do you have? Do you have kids from other relationships? Those kind of things tell you if you're working with a person that's going to push through trials and tribulations. That easy type of person, you went to college and wasted your parents' money on an education, and you got out of school and you didn't get a job doing what you went to school for. You're a lazy, selfish, and ungrateful person. And you need all the help you can get with your child. You need dismissive of any grandparents' feelings, and you should be more respectful. But what you will find sometimes is you will find that your baby mama or baby daddy may not like your parents. And you find out when it's time to spend time with them, when it's time to go to family functions, when it's time to do something, they always got an excuse. Oh, it's time for them to go to leave. Oh, she's wet. We need to leave. You know, I got a headache. We need to leave. Bitch, we just got here. You ain't had no alcohol. How you get a headache all of a sudden? And that is that person, that individual trying to ostracize you from your family. Family don't like when an outsider come through and try to pull you out the family, pull you away from the family, off to yourself, where you could be with nobody but them and their family. Most parents don't like that. What's going on, Boss Rockwell? We got Boss Benj in the house. Boss Rockwell, hey, y'all. The other thing is, do they have a job? Because if they're not working, to me, that screams you lazy bum. I don't care if you did come from long money. If you're not out here multiplying that money, if you're not out here investing or being a businesswoman or businessman and making your money grow, you're lazy. Because if something were to happen and you were to lose all of that money, you have no skill set, you have no experience, you have no history, and you got a dry ass spider web, cobweb holding resume with nothing but dust and ink on it. It ain't worth it's printed on. I'm just saying. What are your family dynamics? Do you go to your cousins and nieces and nephews' birthday parties, your baby sisters' parties? Do you partake in them? Do you go out and do the gift shopping? If you know that this your mother-in-law and father-in-law's wedding anniversary, do you remind your baby daddy or your baby mama? Do you go out and buy the gift and say, hey, I bought this for your parents? You know, they got an anniversary coming up. You know, maybe we can go out and get something cute to match and go to. Are you family oriented? Because see, if you done chose somebody that had to breed a child with and they're not family oriented, you got a problem. And they're trying to ostracize you for your family. You have to take into account how detrimental that can be to a child, because it's not just the uprearing of a child, but see, as that child gets older, you're going to suffer the consequences. If you have a child that's manipulative and can get one to go against the other or to get them to go against them, then when that child gets older, they will start to experience things in life where they don't always get their way. Nobody is caring about what they like, how they feel, what they want, what they don't want. All they care about is what do you have to offer? And if you don't have anything to offer, I have no job for you. I have no money for you. I have no space for you. I have no place for you. So now you're manipulative. And when you and your guy or you and your girl get into it and they put their hands on you, then what you going to do? You're going to run to mama and daddy and scream bloody murder. Now, you being a child, your daddy or mama will jump up and run to your defense, to exact revenge for you, to stand up for you, to protect you, to call us out, and sometimes to go and defend your honor. Did you set them up because you're a manipulative little bitch? Or was it really true and deserving what happened and you just couldn't take it? You didn't like it. See, if the kids, the grandkids, the siblings, the nieces, nephews, and cousins, if they're not coming up with your foot on the pedal and you sitting behind the wheel, then you have to oversee your kids and how they raise their kids. And a lot of times they be like, mama, this is my child, not yours. Yeah, but you're going to be looking for mama to help bail your ass out of any trouble that you get in behind that child. So if my 2 cents don't count, that's fine. Just know when you come to my house, it's what I say as a mama, as a grandma, as an auntie, as the homeowner, the queen, and the boss. If you're disrespectful over here, you might get hit in your mouth. You're talking back, you might get your ass whooped. If you touch that outlet when I tell you no, you may get your little hands tapped on because you must learn authority. See, if you don't show and share the, ask me when I say the police don't give a damn about you, they will soon lay your ass down. Just coming in, I'm listening so I can catch up. Okay, no worries. It is about what is best, my dear, and I may have to tag your tail. That's right. That's right. That's the problem that we're having these days. And what's really worse in this time is that you have kids out here just popping babies out with no plans. They didn't choose, they didn't court the guy they had a baby with, they didn't date the guy they had a baby with, they didn't plan for a future. Hell, they didn't plan to use protection to keep from getting pregnant. And then they get pregnant and had a baby, and what do? Drop the baby off on Gma, on Pawpaw, on Nana. Mm-hmm. And then they want to go back out there in the street and start all over, afraid of a whole human being to sitting at the house. God forbid they decide to have a second child while the first child is still in Pampers. That baby mama is very reckless at that point. Because you can tell a boy, a man, a young man, a teenager, whatever you want to call him, to strap that thing up every day and all day long. He or she will never learn unless two things happen. They catch a disease that make their dingling hurt, or they start popping out enough babies and they McDonald's check, they car wash check, they damn maintenance check gets garnished for child support, then they'll learn. Nobody courts these days. Nobody dates, get to know each other. Everybody screwing on the first day, on the first time meeting. Oh, he's so sexy. Oh, look at his muscles. He's so handsome. Yeah, but can his muscles pay any bill? Can his hard peen fix your car, pay a car note? Can you take your wet coochie down to the electric company and pay a light bill? No, no, and no. And the babies suffer in the end. Exactly. Why the family have to redirect their energy back to family. Absolutely. So when you have a child whose baby mama, baby daddy don't like you, they would prefer not to even be around you, you got a problem, because your child has decided to multiply their seed with a person that doesn't have the right family dynamics for his new family. And what do? Because at this point, they're grown. They're grown. Sometimes you get a woman that's so into a man, he do it any kind of way, he put his hands on her, he treat her in a kind of way, and she breaks her neck to take care of her family because he taking his money and going out doing whatever he want to do. And then he comes in at 3:30 drunk, high in the middle of the morning, roll you over, stick a hard one in you, roll over and gone back to sleep. But he not paying no bills, he not bringing no groceries, he not bringing no tennis shoes, no paper, no Pampers, no t-shirt, no Orajel, no Benadryl. He not even going to the doctor's visits with you. What do you do? You do a lot of praying. I know that much. A lot of praying. Amen. Amen. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly, Rob. So when your kids get to the point to where they want to start having sex, make sure you talk to them about the partners that they choose and explain to them how important it is for them to make sure they're choosing somebody who has about the same processes or family dynamic as they had when they were growing up. Because when you don't choose the right baby daddy, When you don't choose the right baby mama, baby said, the children end up suffering in the end. You feel like you suffering because you've been up all night. You trying to cook dinner with a baby on your tit. You're trying to wash the clothes with a toddler over there in the crate, mad because he locked up. He want to get outside and crawl around and get in the shit. Every time you lay back to go to sleep, one of them in there hollering and crying. Because, see, you can't, these days, you can't just lay down and go to sleep and leave your kids awake in the house by themselves. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. It's bad enough what a baby mama or baby daddy will do when they need help. But what's worse is when you got a whole wife and a husband that's been together 20, 30 plus years, who have bought a home, had kids, had grandkids, did all of the things, but they want fame. They want infamy. And they sell their kids and trade and trick their kids and traffic their kids for power, fame, and money. Mm-hmm. See, we've seen the horror stories of how people tricked out their kids to get more money. You know, you wanted to hit the pipe. He came, you wanted to hit the pipe. He brought some pipe, all right. But when you hit it, you wasn't getting the high from that pipe. It was that glass pipe, that glass ding-a-ling that you was wanting to put your mouth on. So now he come through and he don't want your stale ass twat no more. He want that fresh young thing you got sitting over there. See, you can't be out here dating people and bringing them to where your kids reside. The key is to be careful who you bring around your kids. Be careful who you bring into your home. You can't meet people and bring them back to your home these days. You don't know if you bringing a sociopath back to the house or not. And that's far from called paranoia. That's called having love, care, compassion, and protective qualities over your grandchild. The same way everybody you meet and your friend, and if your parents never told y'all that as kids, everybody you meet ain't your friend. Everybody that you meet ain't for you. Everybody that you meet ain't riding with you. And some motherfuckers that you meet come into your life to tear you down. Why would they want to tear me down? He been jealous of you his whole life. He ain't never seemed jealous to me. Don't mean he wasn't jealous. It's not paranoid. It's called experience. It's called sense. You pass on experience to your kids and your grandkids and trust that they would try to take heed and learn from it. If you wasn't ever talking to your kids when they was young, it's a lot of things they would end up learning the hard way. You know, back when I was growing up in our younger days, your kid might get caught down at the neighborhood store, might be stealing. And the man from the store will come and knock on your house, knock on your door, or either call you on the phone and tell you your child was stealing from the store. And then they would proceed to say, I don't want him back in my store anymore, or I'm going to call the police. You can't tell me now store on now corner in now city or now state within the United States that do that today. If you the wrong color, they calling the boys in blue. You can trust and believe that. If you the wrong age, they might call SWAT. Fuck around and come in there 5 deep, wrong age, wrong color, nigga. They be trying to call the feds on you. Why? For a piece of gum and a soda pop. Kids have been killed for. Look in the news. You will see it. You will see it. We don't have that village mentality that we had when we were growing up. See, when we was growing up, my peoples, if they didn't have a car, they walked your ass to school. If you rode the bus, they walked you to the bus stop. They stayed there till the bus came, and then they came back home. If y'all was walking to the bus stop and y'all wanted to go to the corner store, they went into the corner store with you. Good evening, Mr. Ed. Hey, Miss June, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing pretty good today. This little boy wanted some candy. We come here. That's how you become a village. You got to know how to network and speak with the people and work with the people and move with the people in your community. Otherwise, it's just a neighborhood. And that's the life we live today. Most of where we live was just a neighborhood. Where I grew up, child, the kids would be outside in their prospective yards playing with their sisters and brothers or the kids across the street. It's always somebody on 1, 2, or 3 of these porches sitting on their porch watching out for them kids across the street, them kids next door, them kids down the sidewalk. And most of those people got a gun in their pocket. If that green car drive down this street one time too many, I'm calling the next door neighbor. I'm calling Jim across the street. I'm calling Terry down the sidewalk. I'm calling Martha on the corner and let them know, bring the kids inside. There's a car keeps circling through here. I don't know what they want. If you sitting on your porch and you see a stray dude walk up to your neighbor's house, and he just looking or he taking pictures, and then you catch him peeking in the door. See, when I grew up, my people haul off and holler, hey, they not at home. What you need? Who you looking for? To let you know we looking, we see you. See, these days, we go out and we buy a ring bell and we let the ring bell capture and record everything outside and everything across the street and everything that the view can capture. We have and offer no interaction with any strangers in the neighborhood. We don't. What's going on, Boss Anthony? Hey, boo. We offer no interaction. If you see Miss Virginia next door trying to take her groceries out, hell, we as kids, we didn't need nobody to tell us to go help Miss Virginia. You know why? Because Miss Virginia gave us an incentive. Well, what incentive could the neighbor have? You don't want to help your own mom and dad to take the groceries out the car, but you going to run and help Miss Virginia, right? Because Miss Virginia got some of them groceries for me. She got some cupcake or some Suzy Q's, some Bam Bam or Wham Whams, or she got $2 for me. I'll go over there and help her get her groceries in the house. Miss Virginia got something for a thank you for me coming and help. And she didn't have to call and ask me, and my mama didn't have to send me, hey, Patty Cake. Hey, boo. They leave the kids to raise themselves. Hey, Momo. Hey, Hermana. How are you, baby? They leave the kids to fend for themselves. Instead of you letting, and I get it, these days you can't let a child go outside and play by himself without supervisory attention. But back in the day, we went outside and played, climbed trees, rode bikes, got on the skateboard, played jacks, jump scotch, hopscotch, jumping jacks. We did all of the things. Today, when you say, child, I don't hear them kids where they're girl, they in there on the video game, or they in there watching a movie, or they in there watching cable, or they watching cartoons. Now they in there hunching on each other because, bitch, you ain't checked on them in 2 hours. Kids coming in your room in the middle of the night when you in there having sex, they standing there in the door watching you, wondering what you're doing. Because you done brought a brother to the house to get you a quickie while your kids is in their sleep. No, bitch, you need to go back to his house and have a quickie, or go to the hotel and have a quickie. If you really want a quickie, bitch, go in the bathroom and get it in the stall, or get it on the trunk of the car on the outside, outside of the club. You don't bring a man into your home to have sex and lay down and go to sleep, because you don't know what he getting up and doing while you still asleep, in there playing in between the baby's legs. Girl, hang on, I done lost track of the chat. Exactly. And they watching, they looking, they listening. Not to pull up in front of their house with a lot of loud music getting out laughing, choking, and smoking, somebody gonna call the police to come through and check on the house. The neighbors are not there. Something going on outside. They're gonna call for some help. Meanwhile, they done alerted the rest of the neighbors and everybody looking out their windows, and some of them recording your ass. You're not finna come over here and disrespect the neighborhood because we ride together like we raised together. We watch over each other. It's family dynamics, and that's what's in question. Hey, Luana. I love my people. I love my chat. Thank y'all for coming. Please hit the thumbs up for me. I appreciate you. Or nah, whichever way your spirit leads you, we're very appreciative either way you go. It's still all engagement. So we need to be more aware of our grandkids, nieces, nephews, neighbors, kids. Somebody take Emily out. We don't want no spamming over here. Thank you, troll. Goodbye. I trust that one of the mods will get her. Take her out. No timing out. Hide that bitch all the way. Keep up. Keep your eyes open. If you see your neighbor's 7-year-old get out of a car 3 houses down, the car drives off and he walk home, you need to be following him in the house over there. Hey, Mary Jo girl, how y'all doing? Hey, who picked your baby up from school today? I just seen him get out of a blue car 3 houses down and he walked to the house, but the car left. Let him know. Because somebody's, did y'all get Emily up out of here? Somebody block him, please. That's spam. Thank you, Aunt. Appreciate you. You got to let them know because, see, these kids are tricked all the time. They're always considered prey to vultures and perverts out here that are looking for something other than companionship, which you can't get from a child. A child can't hold no good conversation. They have no substance to their conversation. It ain't nothing a child can give you but love. And if they don't know you, they can't give you nothing but a hard time and some jail time. You got to be able to fit in to your community, into your surroundings and your environment. It's too much going on out here with these kids. And I tell you something, you know, we see these entertainers, these musicians and actors and actresses out here having babies. And I'm not talking about the married ones. I'm talking about the young ones, like the city girls and somebody else and all of these single women who done ran around and had babies by somebody, like that little girl who had a baby by the baby or whatever his name is, young boy NBA and all of this. You wonder, where did their parents go wrong? Was it that they cooped them up in the house too much as kids, trying to protect them, trying to keep them from experiencing the world? See, you can't protect them. Keeping them locked up in the house is to keep them safe, but as long as you're talking to them and educating them, it's sinking through. But if you're not talking to them and teaching them, the streets gonna reach them and teach them for you. Yeah, that's real. You gotta want to be involved with the right motivation. See, you can only deny me. See, I like to make a biblical reference. See, I was gonna say Job denied Jesus 3 times. Was it Job or Judas? It was Judas. Judas denied Jesus 3 times. You can only deny me a certain number of times until I back off and let you see for yourself. With unconditional love, you will still be there. But see, I gave you an example to where if something happens and your child is permanently disfigured or permanently disabled, it's too late for you to come to me for help because I done got too old. I can't help you. I bear that weight or that responsibility, and I'm not going to accept responsibility for your child child, not be mentally, emotionally, or physically capable to take care of them. And then I'm looking at a jail sentence for child neglect or child abuse because I didn't cook them nothing to eat. Now, true enough, I have a whole pig in that bitch. Ham sandwiches, turkey sandwiches, bologna sandwiches, cheese, hot dogs, sausages, bread. I have all kind of shit in where he or she can go in there and fix them something to eat by themselves. But those are not good meals for kids. It'll keep them hungry. Teach your kid not to be eating at other people's house. You don't know. When you go out with your friends, don't leave your drink. If y'all go on the dance floor, one of y'all need to sit back and watch all of the drinks, watch the plates, let the other three dance. The next song come on, or the next two songs come on, somebody go back and relieve that other one and let her go out there and then don't allow no man to go to the bar, buy your drink, and bring it back to you. Let the bartender hand it to you. Why is you saying all of this, BBK? Because people will slip shit in your drink, great drug, and anything else. And hell, you may wake up tomorrow dead, wake up tomorrow stinking, not wake up, or wake up and you done had 5 men to run up in you. Your front and your back is bloody, toe up, and violated. Child, listen. I'm telling you what your mom and daddy should have told you as a kid. These are the things they should be telling you before you're of age to do anything by yourself, go anywhere by yourself, be with anybody by yourself. These are the things that they should be telling. She said it was Peter. Okay, my bad. That part of the streets will take them if you're not watching and teaching your young ones. Yeah. Your kids are like sponges. They soak up everything, and they're watching what the older kids are doing, and everybody think everything that the older people are doing is cute. Why? Because everybody doing the same thing. Chitterlings and cheese. Anthony, that's what you. Okay, Momo. Especially nowadays, Patricia, absolutely. You can't trust everybody to babysit your child. You can't. You want to pick the closest and most trusting relative you absolutely can trust to watch your child. Because I'll tell you something about family. While they're family and we love unconditionally, your family will stab you quicker in the back before the lady across the street will. I'm telling you what I know. And now, your family will dog you out, throw you to the wolves quicker than a lickety split and no peanut butter and jelly. That's what I know and not what I heard. Family can be your worst fucking enemy. You can't call up cousin Sheila when you ain't seen Sheila, talked to Sheila, been with Sheila, hung out with Sheila, communicated with Sheila in 5 years. You can't come across Sheila in the grocery store last week and call her this week and ask her to watch your child. No ma'am, no ham. Sheila may have some pent-up anxiety. Sheila may have some resentment in her heart for you. And if you guys haven't worked through that, acknowledged it, or spoke on it, you won't know. And you will get the consequence through your child. Through your child. People will hurt your child to get back at you. Do you not believe that? Quick, fast, and a hurry. It happens all the time. Kids can be as vicious as the mom and dad who is on fuck shit. That's right. That's right. Facts. Family will do you in. Hey, yet we call them family. Yet they're our blood relatives. Yet we try to love them unconditional. You might be somewhat judgmental, but that's how we were built as a society, to be judgmental of people. That's one of the reasons you don't become transparent and put all your business on the internet if you're not ready for people to judge you. Because if you couldn't handle your auntie Linda telling you that you was dead ass wrong for what you did last month, or you was dead ass wrong that baby over there looking like that, or you was dead ass wrong for dropping the baby off, no Pampers, no milk, no Cheetos, no Mountain Dew, or nothing, then you can't handle social media dragging your ass because you was dead ass wrong and you didn't want to hear it from your family member. At the same time, your family member, be careful who you talking to. Be careful who you pillow talking and venting and confiding to, because your family will get mad at you and repeat all your motherfucking business. Your family will get mad at you and fuck your man. Your family will get mad at you and fuck your girl. Your family will get mad at you and kidnap your baby for a ransom. Why? Because bitch, you hit the lottery last month and you ain't returned none of their calls. Get into it. You don't believe it? You don't believe it? Look it up. Family isn't just blood. The best family is the one you put together yourself through trust, loyalty, and love. That's very correct. Because Momo is my family. She not my blood, but she my family in love and spirit and in my heart. That's real talk. Ooh, child, it's bad when you can't. It's when you cannot trust your family. It's bad. But how did it get there? You go back to family dynamics. Sad part is there is Momo say that shit out. Say that shit. Come on, BBK. Everyone is not in your best interest. Everybody you meet ain't your friend. Everybody you meet, you can't love on. You can't gravitate to. You can't try to help. You can't try to support. You can't try to be there for them, because some of them motherfuckers is low-key envious, jealous, or just want some shit. They want to start some shit. So if you running around calling everybody you meet your friend, you a damn fool. Everybody ain't your friend. And for you to even believe something like that is absolutely ridiculous. That is like something that let me get my words together. That sounds like some special needs bullshit. Now I try not to use the aura word, but that's some special needs shit. My blood family from afar is safer and better that way. It is. Hey, Lady K, long time no see, baby. Hey, love up. Too toxic. Absolutely. Everybody who is your blood is not your. Hey, skin folk ain't kinfolk. Skin folk ain't kinfolk. And if you've never experienced that in your family, then consider yourself blessed or lucky. Sometimes people will want to use your kindness to get over. Well, what do you mean by that? Because if you babysit my baby this weekend and you tell me you don't want nothing, I don't have to pay you, you good. And then next weekend you babysit them and you tell me you don't want no money and you good. I don't come back for another month and you be like, what, did you bring something to eat? I don't feel good tonight. You need to, bring some food and change your clothes and this, that, and other. And if you didn't bring it, then, I'll go ahead and take that babysitting money right now so I can, call him an Uber Eats or some DoorDash or something so that he can have some food and some snacks because I didn't cook none today. Then you looking at them pissed off like, well, you ain't been charging me when I was trying to pay you. You didn't want it. What? The best parent for dropping a child off to empty body to watch while you go shake your ass somewhere is the parent that's got a change of clothes, a parent that's got their favorite toy, their favorite blanket, their favorite sippy cut, a parent that's done brought dinner, snacks, and possibly breakfast the next day, a parent that's done brought you some dinner, a drink, and a blunt, a parent that have brought you movie tickets or something for you to take the child out to, or zoo tickets or something. That is somebody who has put a lot of time, energy, and thought into when they drop their baby off to you, what you could do to not only keep your sanity, but wear the baby out so that he'll sleep until I come back. That's somebody who has put some thought. Those are the type of people I don't mind helping. But how many family members or friends do you know that are that thoughtful when they bring the kids over? I can't count none, and I got 10 motherfucking fingers. I can't count none of my friends or family members that do that. None. And if you're not thinking about that, you're not tuned in like you should be to that child's welfare and well-being. I remember when I used to drop my baby off with my peoples so that I could go out. Baby, that goddamn baby bag, let me tell you, baby. First of all, the bottom was lined with Pampers. My baby bag, my swear, had been a mini suitcase. 2 layers down, rolled with Pampers. Then I had a whole thing of baby wipes. Not that little bullshit you put in your pocketbook, nigga. I had the whole 2-pound package of baby wipes. I had a whole jug, a gallon jug with pre-made formula. Then I had 3 bottles already with formula in it. I had 1 bottle of water. I had 1 bottle of juice. I had some cookies, some peaches, some pears, some this, some that. I had goddamn 3 bibs in there, 3 outfits, 2 blankets, cold. They was like, God damn, you act like the child is going out of town. Bitch, I don't want you to need for nothing. I got Orgel, a goddamn Advil, ibuprofen. I got cough syrup, fever medicine. Bitch, I don't want you to be. I got Vaseline, lotion, baby powder. I don't want you to need nothing. I don't want you to need nothing. I don't want you. I got one of them things, what you call them things, you stick up their nose and suck the snot out. I got one of them in there, 3 pacifiers. I don't want you to need for nothing. When you sit down next to this bag, I just want you to start unpacking some shit. Everything you need is in this bag. The only reason I need a refrigerator is for this jug of milk, because them bottles don't need to be refrigerated. They can sit out and become room temperature. Who do that these days? Nobody. Oh, thank you. Thank you, babe. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sad part is that it's scary is the blood in the thing is sent the egg generational curse. Exactly, Anthony. Exactly. She said, are you coming back to get this little? I'll be back about 3 o'clock in the morning, auntie. Oh, girl, just come on in the morning. Don't be waking me up at no 3 in the damn morning. I'm going to be pissed off. Come on back in the morning about 8 o'clock and get them. That's what I was met with. Guess what? You got enough for everything in that motherfucking bag to hold you to 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. You see how that works? I'll wake up at 6:30 to use the bathroom. It'll be a text message in here. We going over to your auntie Julie's. We'll be gone, so don't come at 8 o'clock. We ain't gonna be here. Bitch, you got car seat. You got everything. You can pack his little ass up. You got the little thing where you wash your bottles, the brush that you stick down in the bottles to clean the bottle. Baby, you got, don't wash none, because I got you when I get back. Don't wash none. I'll clean, wash, do all of that when I get back. You got whatever you need. If you want to keep him on tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow evening, it's all good. And then guess what? When I call, I know you don't want to give him up. So guess what happened when I go to pick him up? She was like, I hate you here because I was going to tell you he could spend another night. Hold on. I got another baby bag in the car. Let me switch these out. Bam. Repeat. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. You ain't got to get ready if you stay ready. I do that still for my pups. I know it, Momo. I done seen you in action. So I can imagine how you did your kids, and you was a whole working mother. This is what working moms should be doing before they drop their kids off at the daycare. The same bag I got for Auntie Linda is the same bag the daycare should be getting every day. It ain't nothing they should need. If he poopy and the poop come out on his clothes, it's another change of clothes. Matter of fact, it's 3 more changes of clothes in there. He got 2 bibs. He got a bib for every day of the week and 2 more bibs as backup. He got a baby blanket. He got shoes, baby wipes. He got enough Pampers where you can change everybody in the daycare ass at least twice, and a big ass bottle of wet ones. Now, It's a difference between Auntie Linda's and the daycares, because see, the daycare will still have will still have your Pampers. The daycare will still half of your baby wipes. The daycare will use your formula and feed 4 other kids with. The daycare may take one of them extra pacifiers and stick it in a baby's mouth who ain't got no pacifier. See, that's the difference between Auntie Linda's and the daycare. The daycare is trying to figure out how to help those that don't have. Be careful. Be considerate of your child. Be considerate of their surroundings. If Auntie Linda was a drunk, she couldn't watch my child. Why? Because the bitch might fall asleep with a lit cigarette and burn the whole house down around her. Auntie Linda couldn't watch my child if she was a nympho. Why? Because she bringing strange men in and out the house, and one of them might violate my child. Auntie Linda couldn't be a dope fiend. Why? K-12 be linked to the side and my baby be left over there on the bed hollering and crying, throwing a fit until he done rolled his little ass off, fell on the floor, and now he got a concussion. Bitch, be careful. Be careful. It's the family dynamic. So if your kids, girlfriend, fiance, boyfriend, baby daddy, baby mama, if they're not feeling you as a grandparent, you have 2 options. Continue to push your way through and possibly build resentment, or back off a little bit and let them find out the hard way. And we don't ever want our kids to find out the hard way. But here's the thing. If your child, every time you say something or suggest something or ask something or tell your child something that he or she should be doing with the child, and you are constantly met with the justification as to they don't need to, that's a sign that maybe you should back off. Because your help is not being received well. It's not being accepted or appreciated. As much as your child loves you, there is a disconnect, if you will, between doing what's right with your mama and following up behind your other half. But one thing is for certain, and 2 things for sure. You gonna need mama one day. See, mama and daddy, they gonna be there when your girlfriend, boyfriend, fiance, baby mama, baby daddy, when they leave, when they get gone, when they get locked up, if something happened to them, if that sister and brother, your auntie and your uncle, they're still gonna be here. When y'all fall out and go your separate ways, they still gonna be here. And guess what? Your child is now 6 years old and don't have a relationship with their grandparents, their auntie, their uncles. Now they gotta start from fresh. Where at 6 years old, they already got a mind of their own. They're not interested in your rearage, your upbringing. They don't respect your consequences, and you ain't got shit that you could offer them that they look forward to. See, Miss Virginia, we see Miss Virginia driving down the street. We be jumping up down our porch waving, "Hey, Miss Virginia," waiting on the day for her to go to the grocery store so we can come out and help her unload her car. Why? Because she either had cash money for us, or she had some gifts and trinkets, or she had some snacks in there. We knew if we went to Miss Virginia's house, we never coming back empty-handed. We always gonna have something. And Miss Virginia went to our church. Now, my people kept peppermints and little bags, them little 25-cent bags of Cheetos and Snickers and Suzuki. They kept that shit in their bag, but baby, Miss Virginia kept the good shit. Yes, baby. Miss Virginia kept the good shit. If my peoples had to go sing in the choir or go usher or work on the deacon board, they'll politely take my little ass right over there and sit me down with Miss Virginia. Baby! Miss Virginia fuck around and pull a chicken wing out of her goddamn pocketbook with a handkerchief, baby, and you'll be sitting in the church throwing down. Now your mom and daddy couldn't see that because they'd get your ass. Well, what I tell you about eating everything somebody got to give you. Don't be eating behind people. If you go over his house and they eat and bring your ass home, don't eat nothing from over there. Our parents kept us fed. If we was going to the movies, we had to eat before we went. I ain't got no money for you to be buying popcorn and going to Wendy's and all of that. So come on and eat your food here. I got $3. That you better make it do what it do. That's it. You can buy you some damn jelly beans or something. Here, put this in the bottom of your backpack, some jelly beans, a bag of chips, one of them Capri Suns, some, and sneak your snacks into the bill. See, everybody didn't have it like that. Fighting over who gonna help her, right? So just be aware. If you see changes happening, just try to sit down and have a conversation with them. And you know, sometimes you can try to talk to people and they just don't get it. I learned today, and you make you wonder, do they not get it or do they not want to get it? Maybe it's just who they are. And I learned today that sometimes people are quick to deflect. But if you sit back and look at the picture from a bigger standpoint, sometimes they're showing you exactly who they are. And when a person show you who they are, please believe them the first time. Please believe them the first time. Hey, Candy Cane. Oh, baby, I had to bring this word. I had to bring it to you today. You know, I had to bring it to you. Like I said, I had that conversation and I was told I was paranoid. I was paranoid because you tried to instigate some bullshit with me in the middle of it, but I'm paranoid. Okay. I'm paranoid because of your actions. Or does that just make you dismissive? Does that make you dismissive of my feelings? Does that make you dismissive that you're an asshole, that you're a shitty person, that you don't care about other people's feelings, yet you want to call me a friend? That's not how you treat friends. And if that's how you treat your friends, thank God we're not friends. Thank God we're not friends, because I don't treat my friends like that, and my friends don't treat me like that. My friends and my family, if I go to them and tell them they hurt my feelings or they made me feel like they a shady pack of shit, or they did something that was disrespectful to me, my friends and family say, oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't my intention. I didn't mean it. That wasn't what I was trying to do. I didn't know this. I didn't know that. They'll try to explain it. They'll try to make it better. They'll try to make it right. For a person that don't even acknowledge that they did something wrong means their apologies ain't worth the motherfucking breath coming out their mouth. But you have to be open and be able to accept this. You have to be able to recognize it. You have to be able to recognize what's being presented to you. Everybody you meet ain't your friend. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. Real talk. You can't be shit to me until I get a feel for you, until I get to know who you are as a person, how you treat other people, how you treat me. Are you open and aware of other people's feelings? Are you respectful to others? Do you talk bad to women? Do you mistreat men? Are you talking about violating a child? All of those things speak to your character. And if your character ain't shit, I don't want to have no parts of you. Because that ain't my get down. That ain't my get down. So training starts at home first. Home training starts at home first. And if you bring a child up or rear a child and they haven't had their little hands spanked or had their little legs tapped or told no or told don't be rolling around throwing a fit hollering on the floor at the grocery store, let me tell you something. Let my mama had told me at the Walmart that I couldn't have that baby doll. I wish the fuck I would fall out on the ground hollering, screaming, and kicking. She gonna tear my ass up right where I dropped and flopped at. Whoop my ass, make me get up and tell me to shut up, stop crying, and I mean she ain't gonna be yelling. She ain't gonna be cussing. I know y'all done seen this before. Get your motherfucking ass right now. Stop that goddamn holler. Pinch her lips together and be talking to you without moving her lips. And she had a look on her face that she gonna kill you, and you stopped. If you let a child be wild at home, they're gonna be wild when they go out to other people's house. If you allow your child to jump on the couch and turn flips, they're gonna go to somebody else's house and jump on the couch and turn flips. You know, your grandbaby flipped and broke my dining table. Oh, he did? I'm so sorry about that. Bitch, that table was $1,200. Can you run me my money, please? Now you looking stupid. Like, how dare you ask me to pay a table? That was your badass child that you let jump on your couch and jump on your furniture because the little motherfucker came here and did all the things that he do at home. Don't bring your child back. Your child ain't welcome here no more. Me and I definitely have to reply this back after you done. Had a call booth, but I'm back every time I come back. You're on it. You so sweet. That look, baby. That look that kill, baby, church house. My mama could have been in the choir stand and looked down there and see me laughing and playing. When I tell you she squint her eyes, she didn't have to raise no finger. She didn't have to come out that choir stand. Girl, when she squinted at me, I knew I was trying to get my ass whooped if I didn't straighten up. And when I say I would stop playing, if my cousins was kept hitting and trying to play with me, I would scoop down on the bench, on the pew, letting her know I'm trying to get away from them. I'm trying to do the right thing. So you know who asked to whoop when you finally come out that pulpit, it won't be mine. Y'all remember that? A lot of people don't know nothing about that. No moving lips. Yes, with that nasty church. Yes, used to pinch you. Oh my God. Because people wasn't into spanking children back then either. And reared up in a black family, they always tried to be politically correct in public. They didn't want people talking about them behind their back, talking about their kids behind their back or how their kids act. So if you was talking and kicking and like when you sitting and you kicking the back of somebody's chair, you talking about a pinch. Baby, pinch you so hard it'll leave a whole indentation in your arm, leg, ear, wherever it was. They grabbed a hold of your ass. I bet you stop kicking that chair. I'm so sorry, Mary Jane. I'm sorry, baby. He gonna stop. He ain't gonna do it no. Baby. Family dynamics are important. You have to catch it when the kids are early. Once they've gotten to the point to where they can walk and talk and say no, it might be considered a little bit too late because then they begin to get rebellious as more authority sets in. They become rebellious. They don't want to listen. They want to start sneaking and talking back and mumbling under their breath. See, you mumbled under your breath at our table, you found yourself picking yourself up off the floor. You went to the left, your eggs and bacon went to the right. You and your food and your chair picked up off the floor. There wasn't no talking back in our household. You didn't do it. Now, you can sneak your ass out, and hopefully you slick enough not to get caught. But if you got caught, you know that was your ass, right? And I do mean your ass. Yes. Right now. Okay, that look is universal. And 8 Rockwell, it is universal. You knew what that look meant. You knew it. And if they came the choir stand, you just gonna start crying, nigga, because you know it's gonna be your ass. You might as well start crying, and they grab you by that one arm and drag your ass to the back of that church. You already know you finna get your ass towed up. And did you ever, and y'all might not have had whoopings growing up, but I did. Have you ever had a whooping and they would be whooping your ass and then the sting starts stinging in and you start hollering out loud and they be like, shut up. But they still, shut up, hush. But they still hitting you. It's like, how the fuck can I hush when you beating the hell out of me? Hey, I was a rambunctious kid. I respected authority, but I did what kids do. I broke the rules. I snuck. Sometimes I got away. Sometimes I got caught. Did it all. Been there and done it all. Tried it all. Said it all. Did it all. That Clint Eastwood, Charles Bronson. I always read a sling a bell switch like it was an assault rifle firing yards away. Don't you make a peep. You bet when they pinch them lips, you better be glad that's all they pinch was their lips. Because, baby, if they get their hands on you, and it wasn't just church. Y'all could be in Bible study. Y'all could be at a wedding. Y'all could be at a christening. Y'all could be at anywhere. Now, if you was outside, they usually let kids be kids. But they taught you not to eat behind everybody. Don't drink behind everybody. Don't talk to strangers. When we was coming up, I wish your car would pull up and me and my two cousins was outside and you pulled up in a car. All three of us would haul ass to the house running. Bitch, you got to catch us if you think you going to kidnap us. Oh, we running. And fuck around and let Nana be sitting in the window and see us running to the house. When that door swing open, that pistol comes up. Who you looking for, boy? Who you looking for over here? Ain't nothing over here but babies. So what you doing over here? Who you know over here? Shoot your ass. No, ma'am. They won't let you come inside the house. They will shoot you while your car is at the street and you're standing in the door. You opened your door and you're standing up. They will shoot you from the living room all the way to the street. See, these days they tell you to let the people shut a body fire in that house. Back then, if you was fucking with kids where you was, they was at the checkout counter, he shot him. Yep, because he looked like he was coming towards my grandbaby. They didn't wait. That's how the seniors did back then. The look hurts more at first than the pain set in. Right. So make sure that you're having these conversations with your kids about family dynamics, because if you're expressing to your kids how their dismissiveness of your feelings, if you're dismissing your parents' feelings and you don't sit down and have a conversation with them about it, it could end up hurting the grandbaby. Just like if your child was dismissive of her feelings, but you was always calling your sisters and your brothers crying about, what your kid did. You didn't get to see your grandbaby. You wasn't getting to talk to your grandbaby because, the baby dad didn't like you or the baby mama didn't like you or you couldn't do this. And, now they done moved far away and you don't even get to talk to them on the phone. And, you send them a gift and they send it back saying that her mama don't want no animals on their clothes. If you go to crying to your sisters and brothers and your family members about how they making you feel, it'll make your family resent you and your family. Your baby need to know who their family is so that when they get older, they not out here sleeping with their uncle's child. They not sleeping with their third cousin. They not sleeping with their sister's stepbrother. It's no incest going on out here. So make sure y'all live by the family dynamics. Try and preach and teach the family dynamics to the kids. Try to help them understand. Try to make sure they understand that they have to meet you halfway. But no day is promised to any of us. You could be young and vibrant and full of life, and tomorrow a thunderbolt can come down and kill you right where you stand at the mailbox. Anything could happen. A meteor could fall out the sky. It could be one of the most unusual deaths. But you could leave this earth. You could not wake up in the morning. You could wake up dead in the morning. Now you don't have a grandparent. Now you're missing part of the family. Somebody who's always been there to help you and support you. Now they're not here. Now what do? Now you got to struggle and scuffle and live by somebody else's family dynamics. Because see, what happens is when the child gets older, and something happens or somebody hurts that child, they run home and tell mom and daddy coming to kill you. If you're a little girl, daddy coming to take you out. If you're a girl or the boy, the mama coming, she might be coming 1-2 sisters deep. They coming. Would you set your mama and daddy up to go to jail on a lie? Would you set your mom and daddy up to get their head blown out because they was coming to defend you? You have to ask yourself these questions because kids can be very mean. Kids can be very manipulative. Very manipulative. I got to whoop a time or two. It didn't scare me. Not fight my auntie did. But that issue was PTSD for a couple of years. Sometimes I got so mad for a whooping. I would say, I'm going to tell God on you and pray for him to take the belt. Well, I was runner. I was a runner. I was a runner and a track star. If you don't catch me, I'm running far. Not coming back, not at all. Tomorrow and the night falls. No, you won't catch me, never. I was running. You ain't gonna whoop my ass. It ain't gonna be that easy to whoop my ass. I'm running to get some help. I'm running to my uncles, my auntie, my cousin, cry and tell them that you gonna whoop me and let them talk you out of whooping me. You might wait 2 or 3 nights. Then you come and wake me up out of my sleep. Them covers fly back. What I tell you about what? When I tell you to come here, you come. And I don't care nothing about you running down to Jolene's house and telling Jolene don't pay no bills over here. What? So hey, we had it good. Our dynamics was good when I was growing up. But times have changed. It's not the same. You gotta be careful. I leave my family out of this. They worse than me when I'm mad. I get it from my family. It's here, my brown leather belt girl. I ain't gonna even talk about what I done been whooped. What I done been whooped from everybody, everything from a fork to a shoe, from a rose bush extension cord. I ever heard of that? Extension. That's hood for extension. I thank God for it. It taught me a lot of values. It taught me integrity and morals. It don't hurt shoplift or steal something. It's not good, but you got to talk to them and educate them. You got to put fear in their heart and let them come and get them years old. That's someone in jail with the other 5 years old. You got to, teach them right and wrong at an early age. And don't be so quick to pick somebody else's side over your mother's side. If you will pick your baby mama or your baby daddy over your parent, you got some soul searching to do. Love with your parent is unconditional forever. You understand? From the cradle to the grave. So with that being said, that was on my spirit from a conversation I had, a couple of conversations that I had today, and I just wanted to share that with y'all. Yep. I'm not telling you, say that they right. You gotta come home at some point, baby. I don't know nothing about no standing in no corner when I know the thing, the covers flailed off, light came on, covers flailed off, and the first lick hit. It wasn't no defense. So anyway, if y'all would hit the like button on your way out, I'd appreciate it. Remember, thumbs up or thumbs down. It's still engagement and we welcome it nonetheless. I hope y'all have a blessed Sunday night. Y'all get you some rest. Be ready for tomorrow morning. And let me tell you something. Social media seems to enjoy somebody else's misfortune and their downfall. Be careful what you worship. Be careful what you celebrate, because it's called karma. It can come back on you at any way, any day, any time, in any form. So be careful what you celebrate on social media. Everything ain't cute. All right. Much love to everybody. Shout out to all my bosses, my cave dwellers, my street runners, the replay gang, my members, my supporters, and my subscribers. Thank y'all so much for y'all coming through, hanging out, and I'll catch y'all a little bit later. Love you.